Hello, Sarah and Christian. Let me just start my countdown. Thanks for inviting me here today. I'm Lodestar Consulting, and we're here to talk about your company. So, I have an agenda for today. We're going to cover all these items. And the mandate, the key issue, what should you do with your organics company business? Well, the key issues, I thought. Should you expand your organics company? Are other organics competitors a threat? And should your company culture be changed? And the objectives, we want to come up with an answer what to do now and in the near future. I only want to take reasonable risks for you, nothing too outrageous. I want to keep your needs top of mind, and I want to strengthen the organics company culture. Well, here's the recommendations that I come up with at the end. On expansion, yes, expand to Julia City now, then add a store a year. Your target market is upper middle class parents. Give them high quality local organic foods as you're doing and great customer service. The organic company culture should continue to focus on staff and pay them well, and add SMART goals. And the marketing mix should be to continue doing what you're doing and not lose focus by partnering with others or changing your marketing mix. Now for the analysis. Well, the materials you gave me, Exhibit 1 was about industry segmentation, and one key point to learn from this is that organic foods are a $190 million a year industry. So, there's a lot of opportunity there. Now, here's your income statement results, and sales are up 25% from last year. Gross profit's also up 25%, net income's up 18%, and your profit margin in 2013 is 35%. These are all excellent. And your planned spend of $400,000 is half of your 2013 net income. That seems reasonable. It's aggressive, but it's not everything you're making. Here's an analysis that showed that now is the time to exploit your strength in the market and also make market entry by your competitors less attractive. How attractive is the organic food business? Well, it is quite an attractive business because the power of buyers and suppliers is low. Rivalry is not high, as shown by your high profit margin, but there is a threat of new entrants. Threat of substitutes is low. So the new entrants is the key issue, and we want to stay in this business, and we want to make new entrants. We want it to be less attractive for them. What's your strategy? Well, right now, only have 3 stores in and around Gettysville, and your differentiator is high quality, great customer service. The economic logic is good. You have consumers who have disposable income for organic food, and your profits are strong. So staging and pacing is the main question: where to expand and how fast. The marketing mix. Right now, high quality organic food with great service is your product. Your price is premium, and people think it's a high price. It's actually not that high, but it's perceived that way. Promotion is word of mouth, some advertising. We want to continue doing that. And the place, that's the previous question about where to operate. Definitely Gettysville, of course, where you are now. And people is your target market, and the next slide deals with that. So here's 4 consumer profiles, and look at the dot that says food spend per month. The top character profile is 210, then upper middle class parents are 1800, post-secondary students are 210, and middle-aged singles are 300. Well, the key target market customer is your upper middle class parents. They have low price sensitivity. They spend $1,800 per month, which is far more than the other 3 combined. And that's who we should be aiming to bring into our stores. We'll of course sell to everyone who comes, but we're focusing on upper middle class parents. So now some alternatives. Well, 6 alternatives on the left-hand side. We can do nothing, which means keep doing what you're doing. You're making profits, you're doing well, keep doing that. You could expand to Julia City. You could partner with another lifestyle business, such as a cafe or a sandwich bar. You can transition to a full service big box store and compete with Christiane's Mart. You could focus on your current stores and company culture, or you could get out of the organics business. One of the questions that was asked was, should we be in this business? And then I've considered 3 criteria to think about. How risky is this? Remember, I don't want you to take on too much risk. I want you to do something that's reasonable, that isn't likely to fail. The second criteria, you want to become a national brand. That's something that you said in the brief that we were given. And so that's a criterion. And your competitive advantage is knowledge and skill in the organic food business, both procuring the food, preparing it, selling it, and the customer service you give. So those are the 3 criteria. So what we're looking for is not the negative. So across the rows, anytime you see a negative, that's like a red flag, a danger signal. So the only row without a negative is expand to Julia City. It has 1 neutral, that's the 0, and 2 positives. Each of the other rows have negatives. Focus on current stores has 1, then 2, or all 3. So those are the choices we don't want to do. So here's your alternative that has been selected, or my recommendation for you, to expand to Julia City. It's low risk because Julia City is very similar to Gettysville. You're spending $400,000, but you made $800,000, so it's half of your net income for this year. It's in line with becoming a national brand. It's starting that process by moving to another local city, and it continues doing what you do best. So that's why this is the recommended choice. Each of the others has 1 or more negatives. Now the implementation. Well, here's a chart of how much to spend, and you asked about this year and $400,000 budget, and I've got that in year 1. But I've also laid out years 2, 3, and 4, so you can see the plan and how it would expand. And the total over the 4 years is $2.25 million. This year, $400,000. So the expansion to Julia City this year, I've allocated $300,000 to open a new store there. So renting a store, fitting it out, building up the insides, training the staff to be ready, putting the product in the store, the inventory, $300,000 to do that, and $100,000 to strengthen the organic company culture. And that, again, that's part of the training process. And also the goals, the SMART goals that we mentioned earlier. So we're going to have a program that human resources will work with and the store managers will work with to learn how to make goals specific, measurable, achievable. R is reasonable or relevant. I think it's relevant, and T is timely. So they're going to learn all about SMART goals. So that's the $400,000 for this year. But looking on, you'll see in years 2 and 3 for expansion to Julia City, there's another $300,000 in each of those 2 years. So that's 2 more stores in Julia City. And then to strengthen the culture, you'll notice in years 2, 3, and 4, the amount we're going to spend goes up because you'll have more stores. You'll have the 3 in Gettysville, but you'll also have the 4th store in Julia City, then the 5th store, then the 6th store. So we have to spend more money because there's going to be more stuff. The promotion of mom blogs and TV chefs, I think it's interesting. I read about that in the brief you gave us. It's worth looking at. So that $50,000 there is a test in year 2 to see how that works out. If it works well, then of course we can add budget for that. So if you add up all the columns, and in year 4, there's a $600,000 spend for that's for 2. I think that's for 3 stores: Lethbridge, Fort McMurray, and Red Deer. And so smaller stores because they're smaller markets, but 3 more stores in year 4. Key performance indicators, we need to know how we're doing. We need measures of how we're doing. So here you can see what they are: sales, profits, profit margin, customer satisfaction, how much they're spending, your staff satisfaction, how much products are local and organic, and your staff training. It says key point to be made here. I should have filled that in. The key point is we've got to measure how we're doing in our plan. What are the risks? Well, the biggest risk is the green dot, that organic suppliers are unable to keep up with the demand. You're going to be selling a lot of organic food, and can they grow that much food? And the mitigation is to help local farms become organic and then to sign exclusive supply contracts with you. So you're actually going to help them get better at growing organic and certified, and you'll buy all of their produce. The other risks, the strategic risk in the teal dot about customers, competitors coming in, you're going to try to mitigate that by strong counterattacks if you have to. You asked and we answered. So are you growing your organic business too fast? No. Now's a good time to speed up. Should you partner with another lifestyle business? Maybe in the future, but now it's a distraction. Is the McCool big box store a threat? No, they can't focus on organics like you do. Is Sager's Food Mart a threat? Yes, but we're trying to deny them entry. Upper middle class parents is your target, and the marketing message is high quality local organic foods. Should we use mom blogs and TV chefs? Test in second year. Should you worry about fast food advertising? No, that's a different market. Should you buy from cheaper suppliers? No. Should you continue to pay high wages? Yes, that's a key factor. Add SMART goals. Are you in the right industry? Yes. So, thank you for your attention. I'm now open for any questions that you may have.